Hi, Carmen. My name is Colleen Cleveland. I'm your instructor for month 12. Let's go over your logos from last week. Now, there are some points that we're taking off of your grade, and I definitely want to be able to go through it as to what exactly I was thinking and some things that could help you improve upon your logo if you decide that you want to work on it some more. Let's start off with your. We don't know if this is a black and white or if this is a color because I'm seeing a cast of green over this particular logo. So it can't be black and white, yeah, which was one of the required. So you were to create a black and white, a transparency, a animated, and a full color. So we're going to go with this. This is the full color because you do have the green that's in there. Now this is a very boxy logo because if everything is supposed to be on that, because if you were to print this, this would be, the entire thing would be your logo, that whole box. And I don't know if you wanted to have a box for a logo. It's not, most people, it depends on it. It seems more rounded nowadays seems to be the thing, and you seem to want to kind of head in that direction down here. But at the same time, you kind of want to hit that light too. So it kind of depends on whether or not, when you actually get it printed out, if you just want a box. Some people prefer it, some people don't. But like I say, I'm not going to knock you as far as that goes. But you're going basically. This is black is just basically when you print it out. That's the way. It's not going to be a shape form. Now let's go to the light. Now, as far as lights go, let's go over to, I googled spotlight logo, and here are different types of spotlights. So I mean, look at the Tony Awards. As you can see, this is a spotlight, and this is a shape of a spotlight, and even this is in the shape of a spotlight. So this seems to be a little more of an orb. Now it's hard to figure out exactly what kind of shape, but you want to go with a traditional icon if at all possible, because you don't see that in too many theaters. So, and then you got your light that's casting only halfway at this point. And as you can see, like the Tony Awards, it comes straight from it, and it doesn't have as much room or the length in between it. So you've got the camera, you've got this right here, and then over here, it's like again, you have the light right here, and it's going down this way. Same thing here. Basically, it's right in the spotlight, and you have that spotlight that's coming to the sides. And even here, you have your full color on the floor, but you have also these spotlights that are extending from the ceiling down to the floor. Same thing for here, and I can go on and on for that one. So I mean, this is definitely, I mean, it's not quite halfway, so you definitely want to think about whether or not you can use it. I mean, I think this would work. It wouldn't necessarily use a spotlight, but you could definitely use this. If you put all the letters into the oval, you could definitely use it. But getting onto the issue of the logo, or getting onto the issue of the initials and putting it into the creative development. Now you have an interesting way to go about doing that, but you have a lot of logo, or you get a lot of letters. It's kind of like, okay, are they going to remember all those letters? Would it be easier if they just had a CN, and maybe, you know, CN at to the side, and then maybe a creative development or something like that? or CN just creative. Because this is jamming a lot of letters in here, and this whole J thing doesn't work very well because it's not something you could readily read, or if you had to take, less than 5 seconds to try to distinguish what's going on or to try to remember that, are you going to be able to do it? So, I mean, this is something you might want to work on. This little bit of outlining, as far as that C goes, and as far as the N goes, that is something that you are, when it comes to printing, it's a good possibility that they're not going to be able to tell. And then I'm not sure why there's a green cast on there. But like I say, I'm assuming this is your full color one. This one happens to be grayscale. Now, if it comes to a printer is going to do it in black and white, just they don't want to do it in grayscale. They want to be able to do just black and white. So it'd look more like this, except it wouldn't necessarily pick up the detail like it would be in white. So unless this is your transparency. So I'm going to go with the fact that this is your transparency. If it's your transparency, they won't necessarily pick up this either. This looks a little blurred out. So again, it's picking up those little tiny details. And as you can see, this is outlined. I can definitely tell that's outlined. But again, we're not doing something that's in grayscale. We're doing something that's purely in black and white. So if you did this with a black and white background, you might see that C absorbed into that black background. So, and same thing with over here, this little tab here, and over here, the little stem. Let's go over to your animation. Now that was a very simple animation. It was very nice. It was very clean. I do appreciate that. Again, when you see it though, you have this much time to look at that. Can I read this within that certain amount of time? Can I remember your logo within that certain amount of time? Remember, it's all about the timing. Okay, CMDN Creative Development. CMDN Creative, and then I got to read up here. And am I going to be able to absorb all that information within a certain time? So think about what exactly you want a person to remember. Like I say, McDonald's has a big M on it. I mean, that's easy. M for McDonald's, a big bright color. Everybody remembers that. Starbucks, everybody knows that because it's been around. It's the mermaid. What other things? Exxon gasoline. It's the double X that you remember on it. And they're just ones that are, you want basically companies to take a look at your logo and say, hey, I know that logo. I know exactly who to call, what to do, where to look in the phone book for that. So that's something that you may want to think about. Maybe a name change. Neely Creative Development or something to that effect. Carmen Creative Development. And like I say, you have different types of project management, script writing, brand development. Is that something they're going to, basically creative development does say that. But it's just making these initials go down to probably CN would be good. So, I mean, if you have any thoughts or ideas, by all means, you can email me at ccleveland@fullsail.com. Glad to talk to you. Otherwise, you can talk to me during go-to meetings that we have every week. But like I say, you may want to rethink some of your logos just to see if you can clean them up a little bit. Remember, you want to be memorable. You want somebody to look at something and to say, hey, I know that brand. So, something to think about. Again, if you have any questions, by all means, email me. And otherwise, have a great day.